Happy Sunday. I wanted to pop on here on a Sunday because today is the very last day to sign up for the 30-day rider position challenge that we have going on in the month of May. It is so exciting to see many people already who've joined the challenge who are starting to kind of see and assess their rider position issues, but also to have the encouragement to really work on them. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in the challenge. I also wanted to share with you a little bit about what I'm working on with my position. I went down and rode with Yo Hinneman, my coach, the last few days. And as always, I learned a lot and I have a lot to work on. So, as far as the rider position challenge, what's going on in it so far is that everyone is kind of getting acquainted with the material, with the content. One of the first things that you do in the challenge is you just start out with assessing your position. And one of the most simple, most important things to understand about your position is to get in the correct alignment. So, your ear, shoulder, hip, heel. Inside the challenge, we're doing another challenge called the alignment challenge, where you get a photo of yourself, you draw that line, and you start to see whether or not you are in the correct alignment. And a lot of people are finding that their alignment isn't quite right. And if you're not in the correct alignment, then you're not going to be able to follow the motion of your horse. You're not going to be able to give clear and effective aids. And so this is really, really an important starting point where then once you kind of start to see some of the issues in your rider position, what I love about the challenge is that we're giving you the support and the education so that you feel motivated to actually make those changes in your position. And this is one thing that I think is so hard about riding is to actually make progress and not get discouraged. Because a lot of times I'll see a photo or a video of myself riding and just feel like, oh my gosh, like I have so much to work on and my heels are up and I'm looking down and I'm tipping forward. And so you really need that encouragement and that support to make those changes. And that's what's happening in the challenge. So there's a private Facebook group. Everyone's posting their photos, coming up with their mottos, supporting one another. It's just really, really an exciting time. And today is the very last day to sign up. So if you haven't done it yet, Angela says, I'm considering doing the challenge. You should absolutely do it. You get lifetime access to all the content that's like the PDF, all the videos you have lifetime access to. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you sign up and you do the work and you don't see a difference in your position, then just shoot me an email and I'll give you your money back. But one thing that's really important is to just think about your life and your goals and what you want to do in your life. And at least for me, I really want to ride and I want to be the best rider that I can be for my horses. And I love my horses and I love to ride and I want to improve. And that's what this challenge is all about. It's also important to know that the challenge, like, yes, we have $5,000 in cash prizes, which is really fun to reward to the people where we see a huge transformation. But at the end of the day, the challenge is just about you versus you. And if you learn a few tips and you get a little better, whether or not you submit a video, that's optional. Like, you don't have to submit video. You don't have to submit photos. You can do it completely on your own. But the challenge is about helping you at whatever level you're riding at. Maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you just ride on the trail, or maybe you're a more advanced rider and you're trying to show and move up a level. So the challenge is about you versus you, because that's always what it is in riding, and just making these changes in your position, because I believe in you and I know that you're in control of your body, you're in control of your position. And when you set your mind to something, you're going to see these changes. So let's see who's here. Hi, Angela. You're considering joining the challenge. Yes, you should absolutely join the challenge. Maggie, I need motivation to do balance, strength, and flexibility training on the ground. Yes, me too. one thing that really keeps me motivated for my fitness is riding. And my motto is get fit, ride better. And I really believe that, your fitness does hugely impact your riding. There is also a fitness bonus. So if you join the challenge and you want a little more help with your fitness, we have Pilates, we have kind of some strength exercises designed to really help you with your position. Caitlin, if I can only ride twice a week, is it really worth it? Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of people that only ride a few times a week. And what the challenge is going to do is it's going to really help you make the most out of those 2 days a week that you're riding. So when you can really hone in and focus on a few key things in your position, it's going to make those 2 days that you're able to ride so much more effective because you're going to know exactly what to focus on, exactly what to work on. Plus, you're going to be doing all of these videos and watching and Q&A sessions. So you're going to be visualizing all the correct stuff so that when you get into the saddle, you can really expedite it. And that's the whole premise of why online learning works, is because when you watch a video, like one of my free YouTube videos, and you really study me riding and what am I doing, it's triggering all those same neurons in your brain. They're called mirror neurons. And so then when you get back in the saddle, you're like, oh yeah, Amelia said this, and I need to be doing this, and this is what her body looked like. So all of this online learning stuff, it hugely expedites your riding, especially if you have limited time in the saddle, which we all do. I wish I could ride my horse 12 hours a day, but I can't. I can only ride him 45 minutes. So I have to figure out what else I can do outside of the saddle to make the most out of the time in the saddle. So that's visualizing, online learning, studying, exercising, all of those things. Let's see. Holly says, I'm already learning so much and getting familiar with the material and support. Awesome, Holly. Yeah, it's really fun. So inside the 30-day rider position challenge, there's a PDF. It's like 40 pages long. There's also an audio version, but you're definitely going to want to read the PDF several times, start watching the videos, and then start assessing your position. Ruthie says, I'm so excited for the challenge. Me too. This is the second challenge that we've done, and the challenges are always just so exciting. So like I said, it starts tomorrow. Today is the very last day to sign up for the challenge, and you don't want to miss out. Even if it's like not perfect timing for you, you totally should sign up because I'm not sure when we're going to be doing another challenge. Michael's in the challenge. Hi, Michael. I definitely want to be the best rider for my horses I can be. You said this beautifully. Yes. Oh, awesome. Terry Ann just joined. Cool. I'll put the link to join in the chat. If any of you guys haven't joined yet, you definitely want to do. Today is the last day. Oh, Dressage by Nicole says, I've already had some breakthroughs. Also, as a trainer, it's already helped teaching my students. That is awesome. Yeah, it's really cool to see some trainers are actually recommending to their students to join the 30-day rider position challenge, which I think is so cool because even if you have a trainer, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. You're the one who like your trainer can tell you over and over again, sit back, sit back, sit back. But until you see it and you take that initiative and that responsibility, like, okay, I'm going to make this change. I'm going to look up. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to do this. I'm joining this challenge. I have this motivation. Until you make that decision, your trainer can just tell you the same thing over and over again. When I was a kid riding, my trainer would get so annoyed with telling us the same thing over and over again. She would start charging us 25 cents. Like every time she had to tell us to sit back, she'd say, all right, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. And, when you're a kid and you have no money, it was definitely motivation to listen to what she was saying and to do the thing she was saying. Okay, I promised, what else do I have on my list? Oh yeah, so I'm going to be doing a Q&A today at 1:30. If you're already in the challenge, I'll be live again at 1:30 today to answer your questions. We already have a lot of kind of specific questions people are asking about their specific position. So I'll be answering those questions. And that's one advantage of joining the challenge, is that you'll get a little bit more one-on-one feedback if you have kind of some specific issues in your position that you need help with. So I took my 3 horses down to ride with Yo Hinneman the last few days. Yo is just an amazing coach and trainer. He's kind of one of those old school German trainers. And every time I go down there, I learn so much from him. One thing that was interesting is he said that the Germans have a rider position scale that they use to train riders on their position, which I thought was really interesting. I looked it up, and it's like the bottom of the scale is balance and then suppleness, but it kind of goes through how to educate riders. So I need to do some more research on that. But I took my 3 horses down to ride with Yo, and I wanted to go through each of my 3 horses and kind of how I focus on different things with my position. Let's see. Horse Crazy says, I'm loving the challenge so far. Just submitted my video yesterday. Awesome. Yes. So we've had quite a few people already submit their before videos. So be sure to join and submit your before video and get to work on your position. So my Grand Prix horse, Harvey, my position on Harvey is so important because Harvey is really, really sensitive. And so if I bounce at all in the saddle, or if I move my leg too much in the tempi changes, he gets like really tight and upset. Like, he's, with Harvey, lighter is better. And it was especially important because I just body clipped Harvey like this week, because long story. But anyways, he was growing like a big coat, and I have a show coming up. So I had to body clip him. And after I body clip him, he always is like a little humpy in his back and extra, extra sensitive to my legs and to my spur. So I had to really focus on my lessons on just like sitting as quiet as possible, moving my legs as little as possible so that I didn't disturb Mr. Harvey. So that's always kind of a fun challenge. And again, even when I'm in a lesson with Yo Hinneman, he is like, some trainers focus a lot on rider position. Some trainers focus more on the horses. I would say that Yo focuses a little more on the horses. So because of that, I have to be the one to check in with my position. And I've been really excited, like making all this content, seeing you guys work on your position. It motivates me too. And that's part of the benefit of community, is when you see everyone, you know, drawing lines on their position and talking about their issues and their mottos and what they're working on, it motivates you as well. And so during my lessons, I was thinking, okay, I have to keep listening to what Yo's telling me and then check with my position and look up and upper body back and lower legs long and all of those things. So I have a checklist as well that I go through, and I know that I have to take that responsibility for my position, even when I'm taking a lesson. That my position is my responsibility. And then my second horse, Luigi. So Luigi, he's not in any of these photos behind me, but Luigi is my spicy little young horse. And when Luigi really starts using himself and he lifts his back up, he gets like really, really hot and excited. And that feeling of like, oh my gosh, he could just explode and like run off or buck at any moment. So it's like a good feeling, but it's also, you know, a little bit intimidating when your horse really comes through and they have that energy. You're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I hope this goes well. And in those moments, we all want to grab onto the reins. Like, we all want to just pull on our horses and you know, kind of hold on. And I had to really remind myself, like, sit in, connect with your seat, breathe, and don't pull. You know, trust your seat, trust the connection. And if you need to use your reins, then you can use your reins. And that's one thing in the challenge, is that we really focus on your seat first, seat, leg, hand, because that's the essence of correct riding. Unfortunately, the way our brains are wired, we want to just grab with our hands all the time. We all do it, even me. and you have to consciously always be rewiring your brain. So for those of you guys that are here, if you have any questions about the challenge, let me know and I will be sure to answer them. Then let's see, Kensington. So I also took Kensington down to ride with Yo. And it's really exciting because Kensington is starting to find like a bigger trot. Like he's starting to find a little bit of suspension in his trot and a little bit of that passage trot. And your seat is so important in developing your horse's gaits because as your horse starts to move bigger and bigger, it's really, really important that your seat is there to follow and absorb that motion. Because if your horse starts moving bigger and you are bouncing in the saddle and kind of slapping on the horse's back, then that's going to be really uncomfortable for your horse, and your horse isn't going to want to move out like that. So your horse is your mirror. If you are stiff or tense, your horse is going to be stiff and tense. If you're tipping forward, your horse is going to be on the forehand. And that's one thing that's really amazing to me about horses and about rider position is that when you change your position, like even little things, you're going to see an instant result in your horse. And so your horse really is your best teacher. And I think also your best motivation, because when you start to focus on your position, ride with more refined aids, it's going to make your horse instantly better, which is really cool. Horses are so honest. So anyways, rider position is something that I think about on every single horse that I ride. It's something that when I go to teach a clinic, I taught a clinic in Utah 2 weekends ago, and with every single rider, I was just editing some footage from the clinic, and I was surprised by how much with every single rider I was focusing on their position. And I would, like hands down, shoulders back, take your leg off, and even, bringing them aside and kind of moving their body a little bit and showing them where they should be putting their hands, where they should be putting their legs, all of that type of stuff. So yeah, it's so fun. And I just love the horses and I love the journey. And I also love that you're never done learning. Like you can always improve. You can always make your position better. You can always make your horse better. There's always something to work on. And to me, that's really, really beautiful. Okay, let's see. A few questions in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Deb's from Newbury Park. Sorry you're late. You can watch the recording. Newbury Park is very close to me. I'm in Camarillo. Okay, Marta has a question about the video. How long and on which gate? Okay, so this is a good question. So inside the challenge, if you want to enter the challenge to win the prize money, which you don't have to, but if you want to, if that's going to motivate you, for the before video, you're going to make a special rider position shirt, which I show you how to do inside the challenge. And then the video should be about 3 to 5 minutes long. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Basically, you're going to do what you can do. So you're going to show the gaits you can show. If all you do is walk and trot, just walk and trot. If you can do walk, trot, canter, please do walk, trot, canter. You also want to make sure to ride a straight line away from the camera so that I can assess your symmetry from behind. Then you're going to tell us like the 3 main things that you're going to be focusing on in your position. And then you'll submit another video at the end of the challenge. So the awards, like the prize money, is based on the biggest transformations that we see in the riding, not your level. So it's not like the best rider wins. It's like the biggest transformations that we see. Brenda says, I'm excited for this. Me too. Let's see. Deborah, I submitted my video last night, but I did not have the t-shirt with the lines. That's okay. If you don't have the lines on the shirt, that's okay. It's helpful though. I really recommend that you make the lines on the shirt because it will really help you to assess your position. Cheryl, I was about to give up, but these workshops have lit the fire within me to get back in that saddle. Awesome. I love it. Yeah, it's like riding can be really, really discouraging. And that's part of what's really special about the challenge is the community and the support that you're going to get and that encouragement to take control and make these differences. And what I've seen over and over again, which just amazes me. You guys are all amazing. Is that when you make that commitment and you join the challenge and you start doing the work, you're going to see a huge boost in your progress. So, a lot of times, we're going along and we're like making a little tiny bit of progress, but not really that much. And then when you get a boost, like the education, the support that you need, you see a big jump and a big increase in the slope of your progress line. And so that's really what I'm looking to help you to achieve is to give you that boost where you get up a level, where you fix your rider position. Because you all know, if I were to go around and ask riders, I have done this. What's the biggest problem with your riding position? You can tell me exactly what it is. And so my question to you is, why haven't you fixed that? Like, there's no excuses. There's a lot of things that we can't change. We can't change our horse's conformation, our horse's breed, our horse's age. Um, there's things even on our own lives that we can't change. We can't change how often we get to ride or, our age. But I believe in you and I know that you can improve your position. Donna's in the challenge. Yay. Brenda says I'm in strides, but this is my motivation to actually get started. Yes, get started. Please get started. Okay, I'll put the link one more time there if you want to join. Again, remember that today's the last day to join the challenge. So I don't want you to miss out. Yeah, because it's going to be super fun. So I hope you guys are all going to have a beautiful Sunday. I'm going to go to the barn here in a bit and get all the horses out because it definitely is a way of life. And yeah, like I said, I really hope that you will give it a try, believe in yourself, invest in yourself, in your education and in your horse, because it does pay off. And I am a huge believer in education. That's why I spent the last 2 days driving down to ride with Jo Henneman. And, it's inconvenient. It's a long drive. It's expensive, but it's totally worth it because you have to have help. You have to get the education. You have to get a little bit out of your comfort zone and make that commitment to yourself and to your horse to really change and make improvements. And when you do, it feels so wonderful. It's so hard. It's so hard to get better. It's so hard to get rid of your bad habits. But that's why we ride, I think, because we love a challenge. And then when you do get better, it makes a huge difference. So invite your friends, and I hope to see you inside the challenge. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.